They can also make new habitats for other animals, and the total economic value of the honey that they produce is about $15 to $20 billion per year.
Why did we pick this problem? So, my neighbor has a beehive in their backyard, and this year there were no bees, and we wondered why.
There are multiple factors that affect bee health. Some of them are pesticides, genetic weakness, queen disease, and nutrition. We decided to pick parasites. Bees have been recently added to the endangered species list, and varroa mites are the #1 cause of bee loss across the globe. Damage caused by varroa mites. What happens is the bee larva is inside a cell, and then the varroa mite sneaks into the cell before the big bee manages to close it off. Then the varroa mite lays eggs, which when they hatch, feast on the bee larva's blood. Then when the bee gets out, they fly off and go, and then the cycle keeps on repeating itself.
So, the current solutions. Are one this is a common one for beekeepers, is using pesticide strips and powdered sugar. So what it does is they basically have the pesticide strips and they put powdered sugar on it. The powdered sugar will attract the bees, and the pesticide strips will get on the varroa mites' back, and it will kill the varroa mites. The only thing is, it's only for protection inside the hive. Now the second current solution is still in a work in progress. What it does, it's basically having a door, and when the bee goes through it, pesticide is on the outer, is in the rim, and so when the bee goes through, pesticides will get on it. This was inspired by the tick collars that dogs wear, but this is the only protection from outside the hive.
Alright, so this one's for inside the hive, that one's for outside the hive. And we created a full protection from mice inside and outside, and it doesn't involve chemicals. For the inside of the hive, we're gonna make we're gonna put the sugar oily patties inside the hive, which are composed of sugar surrounded by an oil. So while the bees are attracted to the sugar, they have to go to the oil to get to it. So when the oil goes on the bee's body, when the varroa mite tries to get the blood from the bee, they don't know whether they're biting to the oil or the blood, so they get confused and they lose their food source and end up dying off and falling to the bottom of the hive. For the outside, we're going to use oil as mental secreting oil. So when the bees breathe in that, the varroa mites on them, they end up drying out, so the bee doesn't carry any varroa mites with it inside the hive.
And these both don't affect the bees, just the varroa mites.
And we have a model here.
We have a model of a beehive. So then here, basically, this bottom layer is the V gate or the door, where the bees go in.
And this is
like
the
brood. Here, this is the brood where the baby bees grow up and develop. Yeah. And this is where the queen lives, where she breeds and makes new bees. And this is where the oil patty on the top of the beehive and where the worker bees are.
And this is to give the secreting oil, while the bee enters, they breathe in this, so the varroa mites on them, they dry off.
Yeah, okay.
Just on the top layer. So here's a sugar oily patty on the top. We do this on bees.
With mites on them,
Yeah,
like
so
the little dots.
then they're gonna go to the sugar pad and they're gonna get covered in oil. It's gonna confuse the mice, so then they end up dying out.
Okay, and then here's where the queen is, like the queen bee, and where she breeds. And then down here are down here we have the baby bees where they're fully mature, and then they become worker bees. And then down here is where all the dead mites are, and the sugar, like the sugar fall from
Some excess sugar from the patty.
oil patty. And this is like the dead mites at the bottom of the thing.
And the beekeepers, they can easily just scoop them out from under there and clean it up.
Great, your time is up.
Alright.
Now we have questions.
Alright.
Alright.
Sandbox library just recently, and we shared our presentation, and we also shared the robotics part of this. So the adults seemed pretty interested in the presentation itself about how to save the bees, but the little kids are more interested in the robotics.
So you shared it with the library. Did you share it with anyone else?
We talked to some friends at school and we talked to them about
Also,
it.
also at Sandbox, robotics club, we shared with other groups too. And
Other
also we
teams.
have a website. We made a website so anyone can anyone can access it and they can see what we've been working on, our projects.
It's Google Sites/Medea Monsters, no spaces, no caps. Any other questions?
What sources did you use?
We didn't get to that, but we used this book called Beekeeping for Dummies. The Bayer company came up with this. We used the Government Protection Agency. We used some of the research they did. This guy named Dr. Jim Emery from the West Virginia University. We found some pages that we learned some things that he used, and also Brian Castro, the person we sent an email to him, and he called us back. And we also have this website called pollinator.org. They're a non-profit organization to preserve the bees. They also we sent an email to them, which led us to learn that radiation cell phone towers are not the reason why bees are dying off, which is what we originally thought.
Any other questions?
What was your most fun thing? What did you learn, and what was the most fun thing about this project?
The most fun thing was working together, putting things together, getting ideas, and building the beehive. We all laughing and having fun, just making it all.
And what was the most surprising thing you learned?
Well, we already made an entire presentation that we sort of brainstormed about cell phone towers. So then we got the email back from the pollinators.org that cell phone towers aren't the real reason. So we had to switch our entire project, which was pretty surprising.
Yeah.
So does cell towers have anything to do with the bees dying off?
No.
Basically, they make them a lot more aggressive, and sometimes they can get confused.
But it's
But
not
that's
concluded
not
that it's not the real effect why the bees are dying off.
Oh.
Why did you decide to study bees?
Because Dylan, he has
Our next door neighbor, their beehive had no bees,
this year,
and so
we
We're
with
just
the
wondering
animal
why.
allies, we check if bees had something to do with it, and they were added onto the endangered species list.
They also make a lot of our food, so.
Yeah.
Not having
so they're very
Decline
important.
right now.
Yeah,
No
so we need
lies.
to preserve the bees.
So what made you choose this presentation style?
It shows a lot of our
It shows a lot and
information.
it's a lot more
And we
organized.
put it in order, so it's kind of easy to follow through.
And then we have
People
a
standing
extra
by can also access information in case they forget.
and then we have
in
the
case on a
bee representation to show parts of the beehive and how everything works in here.
I don't have any more questions. Mandy, do you have any questions? No. We're at 1 minute. All right. I do need a picture of you guys.
Alright.
Can we get your team member too? All right. Perfect. Smile. Perfect.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Good luck on
Thank
your
you.
competition.
You can make that one in the middle and somebody can always go in.
This one?
Oh, this
That
one?
yeah.
I just got bored one night, and so I just made this.
We tried to make a title page.
Yeah.
Nice.
We thought it would look better.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Alright, thank
Thank
you.
you.